Hello, my name is Anukriti Gupta. I am a PhD research scholar at Jawaharlal Nehru University and I am the co-founder of Zikr Delhi. I have filed a CBI complaint and a complaint to Economic Offences Unit Patna regarding the death of my grandfather, late Chandrakant Bharadwaj. He was killed, he was murdered by many of my family members. And these people were involved in a fraudulent transaction scam which was being carried on by the bank account of my grandmother, Sudha Bharadwaj. Her bank account is in Kotak Mahindra Bank, Boring Road branch, Patna, and this bank account has been used for several fraudulent transactions. My grandfather, Chandrakant Bharadwaj, he died under very suspicious circumstances in January 2022. And after that, we got to know about this account, which was operating since 2019. We got to know that this account was being handled by the younger daughters and son-in-laws of my grandfather. They used to handle the passbook, online banking, debit card and other things of that account. The name and signature was of my grandmother. We got to know that in the same branch, in Kotak Mahindra Bank, Boring Road branch, Patna, in January 2021, a huge bank scam was revealed. It was NHAI, Kotak Mahindra Bank scam, in which the mastermind was Sumit Kumar, branch manager. We got to know through our grandfather's diaries that Sumit Kumar was coming to my grandfather's house and he was handling his online banking. So the main accused in the bank scam, why was he coming to my grandfather's residence in Patna? He was friends with my Mossas and Mossis, those who are involved in the scam, in money laundering and in the death of my grandfather. My grandfather's medical reports are fabricated. The reports are so fake that even the blood group of my grandfather is wrong. My grandfather's blood group was B positive. The reports say B negative. His name, the spelling of his name, age, room number, ICU number, bed number, all these things are wrong and fabricated in the medical reports. He passed away in the hospital. He was in a coma for 20 days and he suffered huge head and brain injuries. And there we were not provided any explanation for them. Since last 4 months, my family is fighting this case. We filed a case to the CBI in March 2022. We got to know that the bank scam case the investigation is already going on under Economic Offences Unit Patna. So we gave a complaint to Economic Offences Unit recently, and whatever evidences we had, we found this bank slip, the mini statement of my grandmother's account in a diary of my grandfather, and it shows some very huge transactions. And we know that this money does not belong to my grandfather or my grandmother. The account is of my grandmother, which was being handled by my two Mossas and Mossis. They were the middlemen involved in money laundering. And they were using my grandmother's account. They were using my grandparents' age. They were in their 80s. This is the bank slip. It shows some very huge transactions. And the passbook was updated only till July 2020. This account was opened in 2019. And the passbook was updated only till July 2020, and there is only one name in the passbook. Only one name of the person who was depositing money in this account through his 6 different bank accounts. And this person, Madhurendra Kumar, is my Mossa Praveen Pandey and Mossi Chetna Pandey's very close friend. And he is in Road Constructions Department, Government of Bihar and Bihar Rajya Pul Nirman Nigam. So my only question with the authorities is that Why is somebody who is not related to my grandfather, who is not related to my grandmother, this Madhurendra Kumar, why was he depositing money in the account of my grandmother? This person who is a government officer and is very close friends with my Mosas and Mosis and other family members, why was he depositing money in my grandmother's account? We got to know that a bank team of Kotak Mahindra Bank visited my grandfather's residence in November 2021 for some inquiry. My grandmother informed us in November 2021 that these bank officials, around 5-6 people, just barged inside the house and started asking questions like, आप लोगों ने इतने पैसे रखे थे अपने अकाउंट में, फिर अचानक से क्यों निकाल लिए ये पैसे? And my grandmother could not answer these questions. And this is the same account which was opened in 2019 at the behest of my family members. This is my grandmother's first single account. Why was this account opened at the first place? In November, the team came to my grandfather's residence, and in December, my grandfather was attacked. What happened to him? Where did he vanish? My family consists of only 3 members, my mother, my younger sister, and me. We were in Bangalore during the pandemic. Since last 2-3 years, we could not visit our grandparents. During that time, this account was opened and other family members were continuously around my grandparents. My grandfather lost a lot of weight in last year. He used to remain very ill, very depressed, very sad. And whenever we used to talk to him on phone, we used to ask him what happened, why does he sound so sad? He never told us anything. He stopped taking his life-saving drugs. He was showing suicidal tendencies. He was being abused, but we could not recognize it on phone. And we did not know about this account. What is this account? Why does this account show such huge figures? And why is the name of this person, who is a government official and very close friends of my Mosas and Mosis, why was he depositing money in this account? My grandfather's phone was hacked. There are many suspicious numbers in his phone, many suspicious numbers of several branch managers of Kotak Mahindra Bank in Patna. Why were these managers calling my 84-year-old grandfather? Why? Many suspicious numbers who were calling him even till 15th December. He was attacked on 17th December. We suspect that his death was not natural. He was attacked, and for 20 days he was in a coma. He could not record any of his dying statement. He could not utter a word. He just vanished for us. He just vanished in thin air for us. And we got to know about this account, which is directly linked to this Kotak Mahindra NHAI bank scam, which was revealed in January 2021. With all the evidences and the complaint, with all the details, we gave a CBI complaint in March 2022. We have given our complaint to Economic Offences Unit Patna, and we have been trying to file an FIR since last 2 days. Day before yesterday, me, my mother and my sister, we sat in Patliputra Thana, Patna for around 6 hours. For around 6 hours, we sat in the police station from 3 in the evening till 9 at night, but we could not meet the SHO. Our complaint was taken, but the FIR was not filed, and we were asked to come a day after. We went there yesterday. We again sat for 1 hour, but again the SHO did not meet us. The names in the bank scam, my family members who are involved in this, are very influential people of Patna. One of my Mosa and Mosi, their permanent residence is in Pune, Maharashtra, and this scam is directly linked to Maharashtra, this case. And they came from Pune and they opened this account in Patna in the name of my grandmother, who is 81 years old. It doesn't make sense. And then these fraudulent transactions, these huge sums, reflect in her mini statement. And the person's name, who had no relation to my grandparents, who was friends with my Mossas and Mossis, and who is a government official, his name reflects in their passbook. All these things are too suspicious. His phone, my grandfather's phone, is hacked. His phone is synced with his grandson, my Mossa and Mossi's son's phone. My cousin, he was handling my grandfather's phone from Pune. Call forwarding is active in his phone. My grandfather was a well-educated person. He knew banking, but he did not know online banking. He did not know how to use a smartphone very, very well. So who was mishandling his smartphone? Who was mishandling his accounts? And who was mishandling his residence? We went to their residence yesterday, my grandfather's flat in Patna. It's a very small, humble 2 BHK in New Patliputra colony in Patna. We went there, and what we saw is beyond imagination. We got to know that suddenly a massive fire started in Galaxy apartment on the same floor in the last week of April. We gave the CBI complaint in March, and in April, his residence was burnt. The same house where my grandfather was attacked, and it's a crime scene. And his place has already been burnt from outside. So when are the agencies going to start an investigation in this matter? When? Our FIR is not being filed because many huge names are involved in this matter. My family members have been threatening my mother, my sister, and me since last 3-4 months. That can be seen in our call records. They keep calling us like crazy. 6 calls, 8 missed calls every day. And in the beginning, they used to ask us to come and return all the evidences we have, especially my grandfather's phone. Why? When are the agencies going to start an investigation in the death of late Chandrakant Bharadwaj, whose death was not normal? This account which was opened in my grandmother's name is not normal. And we are establishing the link. We have given all the evidences to the police. So when are they going to start an investigation? When something happens to us? We feel threatened. Our family members have admitted on phone that they track our numbers. We have to switch off our numbers so many times. We changed our numbers only so that our location is not tracked. I'm requesting Nitish Kumar, Chief Minister of Bihar, sir, please listen to our matter. Please get our FIR registered. And please ask the Economic Offences Unit Patna to start the investigation in this matter, to check the bank account, to check the bank accounts of my relatives. What were they doing? To check their call records, to see that what is the connection of Sumit Kumar, branch manager, who is the main accused in Kotak Mahindra Bank NHAI scam case. What is his relation to my grandfather's house? Why was he coming to New Patliputra Colony Galaxy apartment? My grandfather clearly mentions in his diary that Sumit Kumar, branch manager, Boring Road, Kotak Mahindra Bank, visited his house in July 2020. Why? Why would a branch manager go and visit an 84-year-old person's house and handle his online banking, who is the main accused in a huge bank scam case of above 32 crores? We want justice in this matter. We want a fair investigation in this matter. And I'm saying this on record, I'm saying this on camera, that we feel threatened. My name is Anukriti Gupta, my sister's name is Akriti Gupta, and my mother's name is Archana Bharadwaj, who is the eldest daughter of my grandfather, late Chandrakant Bharadwaj, and we feel threatened. Is the country listening to us? We feel threatened. Please help us. Please, Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, help us. Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, please help us. Please, everyone, whoever is listening to us, please start a fair investigation in this matter. We just want investigation. My grandfather, he just vanished. His health was compromised. He was being given wrong medicines since last 2-3 years. My Mausa Praveen Pandey's friend, Sandeep Mapra, who is a very influential figure in Patna, he was going to my grandfather's house to give him medicines since last 3 years. Why? My grandfather used to buy his own medicines from local shops. And suddenly, one fine day, Praveen Pandey's friend starts coming to his house and starts selling him medicines. Why? My grandparents' biometric data, their medicines, their residence, their car, their staff, everything has been compromised in this matter. Only so that these fraudulent transactions keep taking place in the name of my grandparents, and my relatives keep making money out of it. I am putting some very serious allegations, and I request the government and the civil society to please listen to us. Please listen to us so that you don't get to listen a fake story tomorrow about some harm caused to us. No, we are fighting. We are fighting this, and we will keep fighting this. Please listen to us. Please spread the word. This is my younger sister, Akriti Gupta.
Yesterday, we visited the flat permanent residence of our late Nanaji, Galaxy apartment, flat number 4. And what we saw was just beyond our imagination. I'll show you the picture. The house looked like this. It was completely burned from outside. This is my Nanaji's house. In present day, its condition is like this. After giving CBI complaint, after 1 month of filing the CBI complaint, suddenly Galaxy apartment catches fire on the ground floor, the same floor where my Nanaji lived. And there is forensic evidence in the flat. He was killed in the flat. This account was solely opened for the purpose of money laundering. In the last 2 years, we couldn't visit Patna because of pandemic, and these people were continuously in Patna. They were harassing my Nanaji. They were threatening him. He lost his health. I'll show you his picture. He looked completely different before the pandemic. And just few months ago, he looked like this. This is picture of my Nanaji of 2016. And this is his picture of August 21, last year, when he visited us in Bangalore. He stayed there for a month, and then my Masi Chetna Pandey took him. And the other Masi Banna Roy lied about her medical condition, and she said कि बाबूजी पापा मम्मी आप लोग आ जाइए घर वापस पटना में, मेरी तबीयत बहुत ख़राब है. She lied about her medical condition. And then they were immediately called back after 1 month staying in Bangalore. His medicines were tampered. He was being given wrong. One Sandeep Mapra, a very close friend of Praveen Pandey, and I'm saying this, I know he's going to threaten me. He is a very influential person of Patna, and he belongs to the Mapra Pharmaceuticals family, and he was giving wrong medicines to Mr. Chandrakant Bharadwaj. This is a severe case of elder abuse where he was physically abused, emotionally abused, mentally abused, financially abused, and then eventually he was killed. We have laws for women, we have laws for children, we have laws for the weaker section of the society. We don't have any law for elderly. Leave the law. We don't have any proper act for the elderly. There is no vocabulary for an elder person to define the abuse he is going through. My Nanaji he became deaf. He couldn't hear at all. When he visited us in Bangalore, we figured this out. Nobody talked about it. And then we asked Nanaji, how did it happen? He couldn't reply. We took him to an ENT doctor. The doctor asked us कि क्या उन्हें चोट लगी है, क्या इनके साथ कोई एक्सीडेंट हुआ है, ये कैसे इन्होंने सुनना बंद कर दिया. And we didn't know anything. We asked our Nanaji and he was completely lost. He didn't speak a word. He was so much threatened. Now we realized that he was being physically abused. He was being beaten. He was being harassed. Just to hide this all money laundering. This is a very big scam. And he was trapped in this, taking very big advantage of his age, his less cognitive functioning. They took advantage of all this and then they trapped him in this scam and then eventually killed him. He was admitted to Heart Hospital on 17th of December 2021 for head injury. For severe head injury, he was admitted in Heart Hospital Patna, and Heart Hospital Patna never takes a person who has head injury. They don't even have CT scan and MRI scan facility. Who will answer this question that why was he admitted to Heart Hospital on 17th and kept there for 24 hours without any treatment? Imagine 84-year-old person being kept in Heart Hospital for 24 hours with severe head injury and brain hemorrhage without being given any medicine, any treatment. He was kept there. He was left to die, but he didn't die. So what did they do? They brought him to Reuben Hospital and then suddenly on 19th of December, his bleeding just doubled. His reports just changed. And the doctor in charge, Mr. Himanshu Kumar of Reuben Hospital, told us that when we admitted him, his bleeding was okay. But on 19th, I don't know what happened. But after 19th, we cannot save him. He will never come back. He cannot recover. His bleeding has increased so much. What did happen on the night of 19th in Reuben Hospital? I want to know. Who will answer this? Reuben Hospital will answer this. Chetna Pandey, Praveen Pandey, Saroj Roy and Bandana Roy will answer this. Who is going to answer this? My grandfather was not a patient of BP. They have shown that he got natural brain hemorrhage. This is not true. This is not true. He was very brutally attacked on his head. His eyes just came out. उनकी आंखें निकली हुई थी, काली पड़ी हुई थी. उनके गाल पे बहुत ज़्यादा चोट थे. और उसके बाद भी जब वो नहीं मरे, उन्हें पॉइजन दिया गया. आई एम सीइंग दिस ऑन रिकॉर्ड कि उन्हें पॉइजन दिया गया. उनके ड्राइवर ने हमें ऑन रिकॉर्ड फ़ोन पे बोला है कि जब उनकी डेड बॉडी आई, इट वॉज कम्प्लीटली ब्लैक. वो काली पड़ चुकी थी. व्हेन डिड दिस हैपन? व्हेन अ पर्सन इज पॉइजनड. ही वॉज पॉइजनड एंड किल्ड. When we came to Patna, first these people were lying to us about his medical condition. They didn't even tell us that he is in coma because they didn't want us to come. And when we came to Patna, they stopped us from going to ICU. They stopped us from meeting the doctor. And they stopped us from everything. And when we started inquiring that how did this happen? His condition is so serious. You guys didn't tell us that his condition is so serious and he will not survive. Then they started threatening us. My Mosa, Mr. Praveen Pandey, told me that हाँ हम करते हैं काला धन को सफ़ेद. Yes, we do this. This is our business. We turn black money into white. What will you do? अगर है दम तो करके दिखाओ, तो इसको साबित करके दिखाओ. And then they pushed us out from the house. They attacked my sister. She got hurt. They physically and verbally abused my mother, my 60 years old mother. और हम 27th को नानाजी के घर से बिल्कुल भागे चिल्लाते हुए अपनी जान को बचाने के लिए. सारे लोगों ने वहाँ पर सुना इसे और हमें कॉल आए थ्रेटनिंग के. उसके बाद मिस्टर संदीप मापरा ने हमें थ्रेटनिंग का कॉल किया और उन्होंने कहा कि आप पाटलिपुत्र स्टेशन के इस ये पुलिस वाले से बात कर लो. Imagine we got a threatening call from Patliputra Thana. The Galaxy apartment where my Nanaji lives falls in the jurisdiction of Patliputra Thana, and we got a threatening call from there. Where do we go? Where do we go? Patliputra Thana will have to answer this, that why did they call us? Why did they call us after, on the behest of Mr. Sandeep Mapra, why did they call us? Now they were continuously tracking us, tracing our location, and they were sending us threatening calls. They were indirectly threatening us. This younger brother of Chandrakant Bharadwaj, my Nanaji Padmakant Bharadwaj, he used to call us every day. Every single day he used to give us 9-10 missed calls. And he used to convey the messages of Praveen Pandey, Chetna Pandey, Banna Roy and Saroj Roy. कि मामू तुम लोग के पीछे पड़े हैं. आई डोंट नो हु मामू इज. आई डोंट नो कि मामू एक गुंडा है बिहार का. आई डोंट नो. एंड दे आर सेइंग दिस कि मामू तुम्हारे पीछे पड़ा है. वो कह रहे हैं हमसे कि तुम फ़ोन कल भी उठाना, मैं डेली कॉल करूँगा, तुम्हें फ़ोन उठाना ही है. तुम बिहार आओ, वापस रिकनसाइल करो, परिवार में वापस आ जाओ. तुम लोग चाहोगे तो तुम्हारा पटना में एक फ्लैट हो जाएगा. क्या एक इंसान की ज़िंदगी की वैल्यू इतनी कम है कि उसे फ्लैट, या इससे वो हमें लालच दे रहे हैं कि फ्लैट और रुपयों की? उन्होंने क्या हमें अपने जैसा समझ रखा है? हमें लगातार ट्रेस कर रहे हैं, ट्रैक कर रहे हैं. हम फेब से अपने घर से, जो बैंगलोर हमारा परमानेंट रेसिडेंस है, वहाँ से हम लोग निकले हुए हैं. हमने अपना फ़ोन ऑफ कर रखा है क्योंकि ये लोग हमें कंटिन्यूसली ट्रेस करते हैं, हमारी लोकेशन को. हमें हमेशा इनसे हम थ्रेटन फील करते हैं. ये लोग हमेशा हम पे नज़र रखे रहते हैं, और जैसे हम अपने फ़ोन ऑन करते हैं, इनके कॉल्स पे कॉल्स आने लग जाते हैं. व्हाट इज़ दिस? व्हाट इज़ दिस? हमने सीबीआई को कंप्लेन किया. हमने इकोनॉमिक ऑफेंसेस विंग में भी अपना ये कंप्लेन दिया है पटना में, क्योंकि ये जो मैटर है NHAI कोटक महिंद्रा स्कैम 2/21 गांधी मैदान थाना, दिस इज विद इकोनॉमिक ऑफेंसेस यूनिट ऑफ पटना. तो हमने दिया है इसके आगे का एविडेंस कि मेरी नानी का भी एक अकाउंट था कोटक महिंद्रा बैंक में. एंड द सेम सुमित कुमार, द पर्सन हु गॉट अरेस्टेड इन द स्कैम, वॉज विजिटिंग माई ग्रैंडफादर्स हाउस. And he is a very good friend of Praveen Pandey. So what is all this? This account was solely opened for the purpose of money laundering. Who will help us? Who will? I request Mr. Nitish Kumar, I request Mr. Modi ji, I request the President of India, I request Bihar Police to help us, to save our lives, to start an investigation in this matter. मेरे नाना जी चले गए, वो वापस कभी भी नहीं आएंगे, पर उन्हें जस्टिस मिलेगा. वो बूढ़े थे, बहुत बूढ़े और कमज़ोर थे. उनके घर का फ़ायदा उठाया गया, उनके बूढ़े एज का फ़ायदा उठाया गया, उनके अकाउंट से मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग किया गया और उन्हें मार दिया गया. वो वापस कभी भी नहीं आएंगे, पर उन्हें जस्टिस मिलना चाहिए. उनकी एक क्या कारण हो सकता है कि कोई किसी बूढ़े इंसान को इस बेदर्दी से मार दे? क्या कारण हो सकता है? एक बूढ़ा आदमी किसी के लिए कितना खतरनाक हो सकता है? सिर्फ उसकी सच्चाई खतरनाक हो सकती है, क्योंकि वो सच्चे थे, वो नोबल थे, वो ऑनेस्ट थे, वो इन लोगों का साथ इस गलत काम में नहीं देते. इसलिए उन्हें 2 साल तक बुरी तरह से टॉर्चर करके, हैरेस करके, उन्हें उनकी मेडिसिन को चेंज करके कि वो मेडिकल उनका डेथ हो जाए, ये सब कुछ किया गया. और फिर भी जब उनकी डेथ नहीं हुई तो उन्हें ब्रूटली अटैक किया गया और हॉस्पिटल में पॉइजन देके मार दिया गया. उनके डेथ पे हमें इन्फॉर्म नहीं किया गया. उनके डेथ पे हमें ये भी नहीं बताया गया कि कहाँ पे उनके लास्ट राइट्स होने हैं. आनन फानन में उन्हें जला के उनके अस्थियों को इन लोगों ने ठिकाने लगा दिया. माई मदर इज एल्डेस्ट डॉटर ऑफ दिस फैमिली. शी वॉज नॉट इवन इन्फॉर्म्ड ऑफ द लास्ट राइट्स ऑफ माई नानाजी. शी कुडंट गेट to see her father for one last time. ये न्याय है? मैं रिक्वेस्ट करती हूँ आप सब लोग से, जितने भी लोग इस वीडियो को देख रहे हैं, कि आप सब लोग इसे शेयर करें और नीतीश जी से और बिहार पुलिस से रिक्वेस्ट करें कि वो इस मामले में जल्द से जल्द कार्रवाई करें. ये एक बहुत बड़ा स्कैम है जो कि पैन इंडिया है. ये एक बहुत बड़ा नेक्सस है, इसमें बहुत इन्फ्लुएंशियल लोग हैं. हो सकता है हम भी कल को ना रहें, हम तीनों भी कल को ना रहें, पर इसमें और लोगों को की जान जाने से बचाई जाए, इस मैटर को खोला जाए। जिस मैटर को पिछले 1.5 साल से दबा के रखा गया है, इस मैटर को खोला जाए। ऑब्वियसली ये बहुत बड़ा स्कैम है, इसमें काफ़ी इन्फ्लुएंशियल लोग हैं, हमने उनके नाम भी मेंशन किए हैं। और हम बिहार में ही अभी हैं, सो वी आर अंडर थ्रेट। इफ समथिंग हैपन्स टू अस, देन ऑब्वियसली दीज पीपल, सरोज रॉय, वंदना रॉय, चेतना पांडे, प्रवीण पांडे, दे आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल। एंड गौरव राय, माई अंकल, जिनके पास हम सबसे पहले ये बताने के लिए गए थे कि नानाजी के साथ क्या हुआ है, एंड ही अब्यूज्ड अस, उन्होंने हमें अब्यूज़ किया। मुझे उन्होंने जातिगत टिप्पणियाँ दी, कास्टिस्ट स्लर दिया उन्होंने, उसके मैसेजेस मेरे पास रिकॉर्ड में हैं, एंड आई विल गिव इट टू द पुलिस। गौरव राय इज नोन एज ऑक्सीजन मैन ऑफ पटना। कोई पता लगाए कि ये इतने सारे कंपनीज के डायरेक्टर कैसे बन गए इन लास्ट 2 years, और ऑक्सीजन ये डोनेट करने का काम अपना दिखा रहे हैं, और दिखा रहे हैं कि फॉरेन डोनेशन आते हैं उनके पास। हाउ? ये कहते हैं कि फॉरेन डोनेशन आते हैं, हाउ? इन लोगों ने मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग करके शेल कंपनीज खोली हुई हैं और NGOs खोले हुए हैं, एंड दिस इज हाउ मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग इज डन। एंड माई नाना जी वॉज नॉट अवेयर अबाउट एनीथिंग। उनकी एज इतनी ज़्यादा थी कि उन्हें नहीं पता था कि हाउ इज मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग डन, उन्हें नहीं पता था कि कैसे ऑनलाइन ये नेट बैंकिंग होता है, कैसे ये टेक्नोलॉजीज वर्क करती हैं। हिज कॉल फॉरवर्डिंग उनके फ़ोन पे एक्टिव थी। इमेजिन, दे वर यूजिंग हिज फोन कि उनके नंबर की किसी और से बात कर रहे थे और उनका नंबर आ जाए। दे वर यूजिंग हिज फोन, उनका फ़ोन हैक था कम्प्लीटली। उसमें ऐसे सॉफ्टवेयर है जो कि बहुत सस्पिशियस हैं, ऐसे नंबर्स हैं जो बहुत सस्पिशियस हैं। इतने लोगों से बात की गई है जिनका कि मेरे नाना जी से कोई लेना देना नहीं था, और उनके जो कॉन्टैक्ट्स हैं वो सिंक्ड हैं यशस्वी पांडे के साथ, who is son of Chetna Pandey and Praveen Pandey and is a computer science professional. He hacked my Nanaji's phone. उसके कॉन्टैक्ट सिंक्ड हैं उस फोन में। इन सारे एविडेंसेस की जांच की जाए और मेरे नानाजी को न्याय दिया जाए, बस हमारी यही मांग है।
We are in Patna at the moment and we feel threatened, and we want to convey this to the Chief Minister of Bihar, Mr. Nitish Kumar. प्लीज़ हमारी बात सुनी जाए, हमारे मैटर में इन्वेस्टिगेशन किया जाए जल्दी से जल्दी, क्योंकि इन लोगों ने हमें थ्रेटन करना स्टार्ट कर दिया है। माई ग्रैंड मदर लिव्स विद देम इन भागलपुर, बिहार। शी इज़ द अकाउंट होल्डर। वी डोंट नो कि उनको कितना पता है कि उनके अकाउंट में कितने पैसे आए, किसने डाले, कब निकले। वी डोंट नो अबाउट हर stand in this matter, but we know कि her life is also in danger, might be in danger because my grandfather has already been killed and the account holder is still alive, जिस account से ये सारी चीज़ें हुई हैं। There might be more bank accounts in her name or in my grandfather's name, we don't know that, but we want the investigation to start as soon as possible। जिन लोगों के नाम हमने दिए हैं उनके बैंक अकाउंट्स चेक किए जाएं, उनकी प्रॉपर्टीज़ चेक की जाए, मेरे ग्रैंडफादर के CDR कॉल डिटेल्स चेक की जाएं। ब्रांच मैनेजर्स क्यों कॉल कर रहे थे मेरे ग्रैंडफादर को, क्या रिलेशन था उनका उनसे। उनका घर जो कि क्राइम सीन है, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, इंपॉर्टेंट एविडेंसेस होंगे वहाँ, उसमें आग लग गई है इन्वेस्टिगेशन के पहले। So we feel threatened. We request everyone to spread the word. Please इसको spread करें। And if anything happens to us, we are saying this on record, then my Mausas and Mausis, Chetna Pandey, Vandana Roy, Praveen Pandey and Saroj Kumar Roy, and their driver Mangal, who was also involved in the killing of my grandfather, these people would be directly responsible if anything happens to us. Please spread the word. Please help us.